everyone. This is one of the most favorite topic, the age of Guptas. But UPSC only asked around 7 questions on the Guptas. So welcome you on this set number 8, the Gupta's age. Let's see the questions. Here are all the questions. Actually, I have just compiled this one explanation for everything. Just let us read this thing first. From 3rd century AD, when the Hunna invasions ended the Roman Empire, the Indian merchants relied more and more on the Southeast Asian trade. Now Gupta dynasty prospered. One of the most prominent and evergreen king of Gupta dynasty, of course, Chandragupta and Samudragupta. Kumar Gupta also, but Samudragupta is kind of a personal favorite for UPSC. You will see how many questions they are framing on just one theme. Samudragupta, fragmentary Prashasti. We everyone know, it's very simple, Prayag Prashasti. Prayag Prashasti is carved on a block of red sandstone at Eran. Eran is a place in Madhya Pradesh. 2 copper plate inscriptions found at Gaya and Nalanda dated in the reign of Samudragupta. The most important epigraph of Samudragupta's reign is the Prashasti on the unique Allahabad pillar. And note this thing, the pillar's surface also carries inscription of Ashoka and Jahangir. The Gupta inscription in prose and verse eulogizes the achievements, conquests and personality of Samudragupta. The composer was a man named Harisena, whose titles Sandhi Vigrahika, Minister for Peace and War, Kumaramatya, a high-ranking cadre of officials, and Mahadandanayaka, an important judicial or military officer, indicates the high rank what Harisena celebrated in the court of Samudragupta. Now there were a thing called forced labor. You got a question on Vishti. So as far as forms of labor, we are getting many questions based on slavery. Okay. We will discuss one such controversial question where what is the take of Kautilya in his Arthashastra on the slaves. Okay, we will see it in our upcoming set. So as far as forms of labor are concerned, the text mentioned hired labor used in farming, watching fields, harvesting, tending kettles, craft production and household work. Forced labor Vishti became more common than before in this period. The fact that it is mentioned along with taxes in land grant inscriptions suggests that it was considered a source of income from the state, a sort of tax paid by the people. The fact that most of the inscriptions referring to the Vishti come from the Madhya Pradesh and Kathiawar regions may suggest that this practice was more prevalent in these areas. Slaves could be handed down to descendants of their erstwhile owners along with other items of property. Slaves are generally mentioned as domestic servants or personal attendants. The Tamil epics also allude to the practice of untouchability. Now there were feudal system also. We will see the evolution of feudal system because now we are moving to the early medieval Indian period, and this was the time when feudalism was taking birth in the landscape of Indian subcontinent. So we will discuss it in much more detail in our medieval Indian history sets also. But for now, just try to read this much thing. What was there about feudal system in the period of Guptas? Origin of the feudal system in ancient India, it can be traced to the military campaigns, and there were considerable expansion of feudal system during the Gupta period. Now quickly see all the questions based on the Gupta age. From the 3rd century AD, when the Hunna invasion ended the Roman Empire, the Indian merchants relied more and more on the Southeast Asian trade. We have covered this thing. Now this question, the origin of feudal system in ancient India can be traced to military campaigns, of course. As a result of this, there was considerable expansion of the feudal system during the Gupta period. This was not the reason, this was the outcome. Okay, hence both are individually true, but R is not the explanation, but it is the outcome of assertion. Okay, moving to next question. Just see all these 4 questions comprehensively. Just these 3 things. Questions are done. Samudragupta's Prayag Prashasti, it's by Hari Sena. Quickly, the Allahabad pillar inscription is associated with which one of the following? Samudragupta. Who among the following ancient Indian kings was praised in glowing terms in the Prayag Prashasti? Samudragupta. Which one of the following was composed by Hari Sena? Prayag Prashasti of Samudragupta. Who among the following composed the Prayag Prashasti of Samudragupta? Hari Sena. It's this simple. Moving to next question, and this is our last question of this set. With reference to forced labor Vishti in India during the Gupta period, which one of the following statement is correct? We have clearly seen this straight from the book, and it's mentioned in your notes verbatim. They framed the question in form of this. Vishti, it was considered a source of income for the state, a sort of tax paid by the people. It was totally absent. No, it was present in this region, and forced labor were entitled to weekly wages. No, there were some kind of a regular payments, but not on the basis of a week. And the eldest son of the laborer was sent as the forced labor. It's not mentioned during this period, but this statement is talking about reference from Arthashastra, not in the text of a Gupta period. Okay, so we will, as I told you, we will see this thing when we will see the coverage of Arthashastra on slavery. Okay, 2-3 questions we have on slavery. Okay, we will cover it in the authors and their work section. That question is specifically, and that was also one of the most controversial question which UPSC framed. Okay, so for now, thank you so much. See you in the set number 9.